Hello, everyone. Today we shall be talking about the genres of literature. Can you say that after me? Genres, okay? We have a lot of them here, but we've just chosen to talk about only 26 of them, okay? So let's go. The first one on the list today is fantasy. When you're dwelling and reflecting on consciousness, or even unconscious wishes in your mind, when the cloud becomes your bed and the moon your pillow, then you know that you're dealing with fantasy. When you start to daydream, oh my goodness, how quiet can it be in the sky? How lovely can it just be to lie down in the space? You're fantasizing. Have you done that before? That's fantasy. Humor that makes us really happy. People make us happy. When you're sad, you just want to be, you want your mood to be lightened up. You can watch people like Steve Harvey or Mr. Funny himself. Humor is a tool that we use to make our audience laugh. Play. We role play in class. Sometimes you could be called to play the role of a mother or a father, as the case may be. Okay? So role playing is good, but a play is a type of writing for theaters. Usually people pay tickets to go watch plays at the theater. We have National Art Theatre at Igomu, Lagos. Science. I was surprised to see this myself, that science is also included here. So science fiction, whose content is imaginative, okay, is also part of the genres of literature. The content are imaginative. You can just imagine the TV. They started from those kind of TVs that look like cupboards to flat screens, and now TVs are on our phones and what have we. So just the contents are quite imaginative. Speech. Here we go. We've been talking about public speaking for some time now. That's not to convince you to do what even you don't want to do. And I can do otherwise just by speaking to you. Thriller. Film that promotes excitement. The lady went to watch a movie with Michael Jackson, and then on their way out, there was this suspense and then high level of anticipation. And he wanted her to go home and all of that. Thriller is a kind of film that promotes excitement, suspense, high level of anticipation. Let's talk about adventure. I love to go on an adventure. Have you gone on this daredevil kind of slide that ends you up in the pool and splashes water everywhere? Okay, people go on different kinds of adventure. Look at Alice in Wonderland, going in through the rabbit's hole, and you all know the story of Alice. If you don't know it, please Google it and watch some more about it. Adventure presents danger, but it gives you excitement. Even though it looks dangerous, you find excitement in it. Epic is a narrative poem that recounts heroic deeds. And you know my greatest hero, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So epic's narrative poem recounts heroic deeds. For some of you children, you see Superman and the rest of them as your heroes. So he narrates, talks about, it's a recount on heroic deeds, like the King James Bible that we read today. It was the King James himself of England that sponsored it and all of that. So that's what epic is about. Now, narrative. You go to school, you come back, and they ask you, how was school today? And you start to say, oh, my music teacher came today, we had a swell time. Oh, it was fantastic at maths class. I did so well, this, that, that. You're narrating something. So if you like to tell short stories, that's being narrative. Fiction. I love to form my own stories. Can you see the puzzles that I put together there? And I know you like to do that too. So if you like to make up your own stories or form your own stories, that's fiction. What we call make-up stories, okay? They're not real. Poetry. I love to sing nursery rhymes, okay, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, okay? Many of them like that, Rock My Baby, Wheels on the Bicycle, and all of that, Twinkle, the rest of them, you know, these are nursery rhymes and they are poetry. Novels. I love to read. Do you love to read? Sometimes it's as if you're with the reader presently when you read. You can see that child chuckling there. She's actually enjoying whatever book she's reading. Reading is very interesting. I advise you to learn to read more often. All right? I love to read. Novels are meant for reading. Prose. All the things I write in class every day are called prose. Everything you write, from your grammar to your science to whatever, as long as you're writing them in the order in which you're asked to do them, that's prose, simply explained. Fairy tales. My grandparents told me lots of fairy tales. I don't know about you. I'm sure you heard about what the Yorubas call Ajakma, right? The tortoise, Mbe in Igbo. Our grandparents' short stories most of the time are fairy tales because that's what we can actually relate with. Nonfiction. When I tell stories that happened for real, I'm going to tell Mama for you today. You see, she went to the cupboard, she removed the cake, and she ate it all up. And you know, you told us nobody should take it. You're narrating and narrating. You're telling things actually the way they happened. That's non-fiction. There's no falsehood there. Drama. In drama, we act. Some people can be enjoying themselves, dancing on the stage, and then another person is there weeping, God, where are you? Okay, God, help me. That's drama. You're acting. And most times we act in the theater, we act, you know, in different places in church and so on. History. The study of past events is called history. When you start to think and talk about how Nigeria was colonized, how, you know, the French took over places like Togo, the British took over Nigeria and the rest of us, you know, even India and so on. That is history. Things that happened in the past, when we decide to talk about them, we're talking about history because they're past. Psychology, the study of human behavior. Some children, oh my goodness, look at that little golfer. Just because he missed it, he started throwing tantrums, jumping up and down. Look at this girl, oh no, I'm not going to school today. The way we behave is very important. Psychology is the study of human behavior. Philosophy. This is the study of knowledge. Remember the tree in the garden? The tree in the middle of the Garden of Eden? So I put it this way, that it's a study of knowledge like in Eden. It's called philosophy. just as it happened to Adam and Eve. It was a particular tree, that was the tree of knowledge. They were not meant or asked to eat anything out of it, but they disobeyed. And that's why we're going through what we're going through today, starting off. The study of knowledge, like in Eden, is philosophy. Myth. Have you ever swallowed, a seed, maybe from apple or something, and someone tells you, my goodness, it's just going to grow out of your head? Superstitious belief. When we start to believe that, little things, you can't sweep in the night, if you sweep in the night, witches will attack you or something like that. There's so many myths all over Africa. Okay, you're not supposed to even handle a needle at night or try to thread it. All those are myths. They are widely held but false belief. Widely held but false belief. That is called myth. Tale. A tale is a narration of the true story or made-up story. I can tell you a tale of something that happened for real. I can also tell you a tale of something I made up. So that's the tale of the sower in the Bible up there, okay? And that's another tale. If you watch the video very well, you will see the young guy just walked in and the bird pooped on his head. And he waited. He knew what birds like to eat, so he went and got his own seeds and sprinkled them on the grass and climbed the tree. So when the bird was now eating the seed, he now pooped on the bird's head. Okay, that was somebody's funny or made-up story. Tragedy is an event that causes sorrow, and it really ends badly. Imagine a loved one takes care of you, does everything for you, and God forbid, all of a sudden, just dies in a motor accident or breaks his leg and stops walking. That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. Things that end badly. Stories that end badly. Essay is a short, formal piece of writing. When a teacher tells you, okay, do this, write about your home, write about your family, write about your pet, write about your best friend, and you put them together nicely in your paragraphs and everything. It's no longer for form, it's now formal because it's an instructed thing given to you. So it's a formal piece of writing, and that is an essay. Biography is a detailed story of somebody's life. Look at the picture there, look at the video there, from infancy to old age, when grandma becomes old. The same happens to papas, not just grandmas. So it tells the entire story of our life. What I did, where I schooled, this, that, all about the person is a detailed story of somebody's life. Comedy. Comedy is a form of entertainment to make people happy. I need to listen to this lady. She's so funny.
Do you speak English?
No, I don't speak English.
Where are you going?
Going home.
Where do you live?
With my parents.
Where do your parents live?
With me?
Where do you all live?
Together.
I mean, where is your home?
Next to my neighbor's house.
Where do your neighbors live?
If I tell you that, you will not believe it.
Tell me!
Next to my house.
Did you see that? That was comedy. It's just intended to make people laugh. A fable is a short story, very short, with animals. At the end of the day, they teach us morals. That's what we call fable. Have you heard the story of the tortoise and the hare? The hare so boasted about his speed and everything, and what happened? The tortoise, slow and steady, won the race. And the same with the lion and the mouse. One good turn deserves another. So that is the moral or the lesson that we learned from the story of the lion and the mouse. That one good turn deserves another. The mouse helped to nibble the rope that the hunters used in catching the lion. Meanwhile, the lion wanted to have it for lunch before. And for the tortoise and the hare, the lesson that we learned there is pride goes before a fall, and slow and steady wins the race. I hope you enjoyed all these few genres.